I was mostly raised by my mother, so I was never really taught, but my father never really taught me what I need to know to become more of a man. And even if he was more active when it came to raising me, I don't, because he wasn't masculine, he wasn't a masculine man at all. He wasn't really masculine. He would have never been able to teach me those things. So for a long time, I went wandering, just going with the flow. For a long time, becoming more and more feminine as I was younger. Because my sister, she taught me some feminine virtues. She taught me how to be a more feminine man, not be masculine, not really hate masculinity, but be a feminist, be against masculinity. Don't be masculine at all. Be emotional, embrace your emotions. Such virtues. And every time I implemented the things she taught me, it was as if I was swimming upstream. It was easy to do, of course. It was easy. It wasn't hard because I had to give up all responsibility. I had to become super emotional, which is not that hard to do. It's way harder to control emotion than to just let them go rampage. I had to hate my own kind. I had to hate men, even though I won't say hate, but I had to like start talking bad about men, even though I was a man myself. I never felt right. It never felt right. It never felt like the right thing to do. I just followed it because no one ever taught me anything else. No one really told me, oh yeah, masculinity is good. Make sure you become more masculine. There's no such thing. There's not really such thing as toxic masculinity. No one really told me those things. So the only option I had was become more feminine. That was until I discovered Hamza. Of course, I talk about him a lot in my videos. But with him, we first started with just self improvement. He taught me about how to start becoming consistent with the good habits, start doing the right things. And then I learned more from him. Oh yeah, improve mental health. And I learned, oh yeah, there's a frame. You can learn to hold your frame, improve social skills. I did a few months ago. I discovered the importance of masculinity. I think one of his video called goal setting or something like that. He talked about he talked about masculinity in a way that really resonated with me. No one ever talked about masculinity like that before. It's such conviction. I just knew he's speaking facts. He's talking the truth. I knew he wasn't just doing this for more money, to look cool to others. I knew he truly believed what he was saying. And I knew how important what he was saying it was. I was hyped. I was truly hyped. I remember I watched that video. It was during last summer holidays, and I was hyped because I knew that this was a new way of life for me. This was a new adventure I was going into, and I've made a lot of progress since then. I'm not like the king of masculinity. I'm not like super masculine. I've not done this level yet, but I've made a lot of progress. I've become way more masculine in comparison to that time. I read the book The Will of Superman almost every day. I try to implement every principle in it. And the book The Will of Superman, it's like it gives you like a framework to life as a man. It tells you like how you should live as a man. It gives like a total framework to life. So if you want to be more masculine and you haven't bought that book yet, I would really recommend you buy it. But we're not taught such things in school. Most people out there, even out of the education system, will never talk to you about such things. Will never teach you such things. Even kids have both parents, men and women. I never thought such thing because even men are becoming very feminine these days. And kids, men, young boys that are raised by women. I never really thought such things because, of course, she knows that teach you some things that she doesn't practice herself. That's why it's extremely important to be raised by both men, but both your dad and mom. But nowadays, it's encouraged to just, oh yeah, be single, to just for women to be single mothers. Even in the law, it's actually not that such a bad decision to just split up and raise your children alone also nowadays. When it comes to my mother, for example, it's still example, she's a single mother, and I don't blame her at all because it would have it's not like my she just decided to split up with my dad for some dumb reason. Having my dad in my life would have been more of a bad thing than having a son in my life. Because she made the right decision, I'm with her all day. But for some cases, some women just split up for some dumb reason, or and then just take full custody. Not even thinking about, am I gonna be able to raise this child properly without his dad? In some cases, it's really like that, and I think it's really sad. But masculinity is not about taking responsibility not only for your life, but also for the life of others. So I want you to take a few seconds as an actionable step. Do it right now. Close your eyes and kind of think to yourself. If you have kids and if you have a wife and kids right now, think to yourself, what would they want and need me to be as a man? Just say to yourself out loud and in your head or out loud the qualities that we need from you. If you don't have a wife and children yet, it's even better. Just think of the future. What my future wife and future kids want and need me to be in the future. Just do it for focus and just tell yourself out loud some quick qualities that we want from you. It may be accountability, strength, holding frame, discipline, doing the hard things even when it doesn't feel like it, continuous learning, high income, so you don't have to worry too much about some renting and you can homeschool your children. What, in my opinion, is the best thing to do. But masculinity is not only about you. The masculine takes responsibility for everything in his life, the people he loves. I don't have children yet and I don't have a wife yet, but I'm already thinking about how I can make their lives the best possible. I'm already 16 years old, but I'm already trying to earn an income so I can give my mom the option to retire. And I want to give her that option as soon as possible. The option to just retire and chill and relax and not have to do all those hard things. Just can focus on just growing your feminine essence, being truly happy, living life without having to go through this rat race, try to earn money so she can raise her children. I don't want her to keep doing that. This is my opinion, true saddening. So really, you have to take responsibility as a man. So if you haven't done that actual step, I recommend you do it right now. So I want to talk about as a man. In this video, I just want to talk about the different chapters of being a man, different stages, and I would say the main parts of being a man. So the first one we go into is the power of purpose. Purpose. You heard me, if you watched previous my video, you heard me talk about purpose a lot. I've talked about purpose in almost all my previous videos. Your purpose is extremely important, and living life truly aligns your purpose without any distractions to your purpose is extremely important. And nowadays, a lot of people don't even know what their purpose is, and they don't take any action towards their purpose. And that's why you find people working jobs that they don't like. Being in a commute just soulless, going to work soulless, just watching, looking out the window, just thinking, what am I doing here? And even having fun throughout the shift, being totally bored, not being interested. That's something I experience with school when I have to go to school every day. Right now it's 5 a.m. It's exactly 5 a.m. And I've been recording this video for I don't know, 10 minutes. I record videos before school, then I'm gonna prepare for school, then I'll go to school and do things that I'm not interested in, that don't have any, are not going to give me any way further to my purpose. And right now I have to, I don't really have a choice. And I think that's really sad. But I'm gonna work hard so I can leave this education system and focus solely on my purpose. If you don't know your purpose, discover it now. And when you do, align your whole life to your purpose. Because when you do know find your purpose, and you do then discover the importance of aligning your whole life to your purpose, and you do discover how amazing it is when you spend your whole day working your purpose, how fulfilled you feel, how happy you feel to have made progress in your purpose. And then you're not really able to then align your whole life to it. It's really painful as a man. And that's why this school year has been really painful for me. On weekends, I've discovered days where I just spend all day working, spend a lot of time working, learning about my work, doing the things that are going to get me further on my work, scripting videos, recording, learning, and everything. But then, on weekdays, I just spend 40 hours, 40 plus hours in school, doing things that are not aligned to my purpose at all. Then because during my time at school, I was focused about work, I get my grades back, and most of them are just really painful to see. And I know, yeah, I take responsibility for everything, and I know what my purpose is, and school has nothing to do with my purpose currently, and I'm not interested in making any progress there. Because I know it's not something I'm interested in. I know it's something that's not going to get me further on my purpose. I know to work the job, my dream job, this, I don't need really to go to school. So I'll focus on it, but still, every time you have to get your grade back. And it's, for example, on a similar day, a bad grade. It's truly painful. It's truly painful. What's more painful, it's not that painful because you see your grade about way for a few seconds and then you're like, oh yeah, maybe some classmates are gonna make fun of me. But what's truly painful, as the most painful it is at the end of the day, it's just being in the the tram every day, listening to music and thinking to yourself, just I could be working my purpose right now. I could be doing something that gets me further to my goal right now. I could be having a really fun day, true freedom, true option for what I want to do. But I'm not able to. Where you don't have the freedom to do what you truly want to do, you don't feel truly masculine. Because what we men chase, in almost everything we do, what we men chase is freedom from constraints. And where you're totally constrained, and you see that light, you see that door a little bit open, you can literally run through it if you could, but you have all the strains holding you back. And you just push and trying to run through it, but you can't break the chains. You see the door that's gonna get you your purpose. You see that life where you're totally aligned to your purpose, when you do all the things that are gonna get further to your purpose. And my purpose currently, if I didn't really see clearly in this video, it's just becoming a charismatic leader, growing this channel, make more money. Growing this channel, growing, I wouldn't say the channel, but the audience, making more money. Give my mom the option to retire. And right now, I can't allow my whole issue. I do my best to still optimize my day. You know, I wake up at 4:30 to record videos before school because I know my brain's still fresh at 4:30. It's still fresh first thing in the morning. Because when I work after school, I can still do that and I still do that, but it's not, my brain's not stretched. And on some school days, I literally spend 10 hours in school. So it's not always a possibility to work after school, to work while you're after school. But when you know as a man what your purpose is and you know the beauty of aligning your whole day and whole life to it, and then you get to go back to your normal day, where you're constrained by those chains, controlled by the matrix of modern society, going to a job, going to school, even though you don't, has nothing to do with your purpose. It doesn't get you further to your goal. You have nothing to do there, but you're literally forced to be there. When that happens, then I think you might experience one of the saddest moments of your life. Especially if you're becoming really masculine with time. I think those will be one of the saddest periods. And it currently is for me. This year was by far the saddest, most depressing school year I've had. And the reason is not because it's becoming progressively harder over time. It might be one of the reasons, but I think the main reason is because I've discovered my purpose. I've discovered what my main mission in life is. I know what life could look like if I aligned my whole life to it, eliminated all distractions. But currently I'm being constrained by those chains of modern society. Seeing what a life from outside that door, what a life truly aligns to my purpose could be, but not being able to take any action. I'm able to take action, but not being able to do that, align my whole life to my purpose yet. And that's why this school year has been painful as fuck. But I still move on, still focus on my work as best as I can. Wake up at 4:30, work, record these videos, and doing this before school really helped me to just be a little bit more happy. I know I've worked on my purpose before school. I know I've worked on my purpose before doing the worst, less enjoyable thing of my day. Right? Firstly, I've done the most enjoyable, most fun thing, less boring thing of my day. But okay, I've talked a lot about purpose, but I'm gonna quickly talk about how to find your purpose if you don't know it yet. So, one quick tip if you currently are unsure of what your purpose is, and most men are not gonna be willing to do this. Most people watching this video are not going to be willing to do this. I hope you are going to be able and willing to do this. If you don't, then you're a bitch. If you don't know your purpose and you watch this video and you don't want to do the next step and I'm going to tell you to, then you're a bitch. So, if you don't know your purpose yet, get rid of all distractions. Eliminate all distractions. Your phone, everything, and just have a few days where you're just sitting there looking at your wall or at your ceiling or out of a window or the balcony, and you just think for hours and hours and hours and hours on end. And most people are not going to be able to do this, but if you're able to, then know that you're already better than most people. Do that. Get rid of all distractions for a few days. Spend hours just thinking. Have a journal beside you so when you get ideas, and just think. And sometimes ask yourself, what's my purpose? What I truly want to do with my life. And also ask a question like, what's my current constraint? What's the part of my life that drastically needs improvement? That if I improved it, will make a huge difference in my life. For me currently, it's the financial part. And my purpose currently is aligned to the financial part currently. And over if you didn't know purpose over the time, you're gonna get through some layers of purpose and then find a new one. So maybe for my whole life, my purpose won't be, and probably my purpose won't for my whole life be working on this YouTube channel. There might be a phase where I'm focused more on fitness or becoming a father. I'll still record these videos because I truly enjoy this, but I still work, but I'll spend less, I'll be less focused on that, on it. I'll more focus on maintaining it than growing it super fast, like I am right now. Like I said, if you don't know your purpose, get rid of all distractions. Sit down, look at your ceiling with a piece of paper, with a pen and piece of paper beside you, like a block, so you can journal and think all day for a few days. I know it sounds crazy, but take a weekend where you just think for 2 days. I know it sounds crazy, but this can help you find your life purpose way faster. So if you have the balls to do it, I greatly recommend it to. If you can, you can even go to like a cabin in the woods, a little house in the woods if you have one, and just spend it there, your time there. That would be even better. But then just spend time just thinking, and when you get like a quick vision of what you might want to do, what your purpose might be, go and instantly take action without waiting not even 1 minute. Just go and take action. And that there you just have to find out with action if that's truly your purpose or not. If that thing is truly your purpose, I can't really explain this feeling, but you truly feel fulfilled while doing it. And maybe after 2 weeks you realize it's not really your purpose, and then you have to go to that purpose again. If for example you do that thinking and then you find out you have a quick vision of boxing, seeing yourself boxing, go find a boxing gym and try it out. Or even right now, just shadow box at your home and then find a boxing gym, have a quick trial session. And maybe boxing might be your purpose, maybe it might not be. If it's not, then go on and redo that process until you really truly find your purpose. While doing this, while trying to find a purpose, for a moment I thought my purpose was wrestling. Like not WWE, but like Olympic wrestling. I started to take action, I started to think just about wrestling, training wrestling at home and even on my wrestling club for hours and hours and hours. But then after a few days, I realized that I wasn't feeling fulfilled. It's not that I was unhappy to be doing that. But was I feeling fulfilled? No. I wasn't feeling fulfilled or full in any way. And I wasn't feeling also responsible because I knew my mom was struggling. She was having trouble earning money. She just raised us. And if I pursued wrestling, I have to wait another few years before I can truly help her financially. And I don't want to just spend a few more years just seeing her struggle like that. I don't want to. That's when I realized, I just started to think about something else, and I realized what my true purpose was. This is what truly puts a smile on my face for working on. Sharing what I learned on my self-improvement journey. Helping young men with self-improvement journeys. Having them become masculine. Having them with their social skills. Having them with fitness and building a better body, becoming more athletic. Helping them with nutrition. Helping them with their mental health. Having them teaching them how to learn. This is what I truly enjoy doing, man. This is what I can do all day with a smile on my face. Now, when you do find your purpose, align your whole life to it. And you have to be willing to look really weird to others for pursuing your purpose. To make decisions that you know some people, normal people, most people that don't really like that much, that when you do that, they're gonna think, oh yeah, this guy's stupid, why is he doing this? Why is he throwing away this opportunity? After this year, I will be allowed to leave the education system. But if I leave after this year, they will and I don't earn an income yet, they force me to get an internship and then work. But if I do find a way to earn an income, my first monthly income, I start earning a regular monthly income. It doesn't even have to be that high. By at the end of the summer, yeah, then I'll be allowed to leave the education system without having much restrictions. So I plan to leave the education system after 9th grade. How do you think most people are going to think of me? Most of my classes are probably going to think, oh yeah, it's kind of stupid, but yeah, he does what he wants to do. My uncles and the siblings of my mother might think I'm stupid for doing that. But I don't really care about what they think anymore, really. So a lot of people, even the teachers, might think that I'm stupid for this. I'm making a bad decision. And while making this decision, I really thought about it. I was thinking, oh yeah, what would that pretty girl think? But that said, do you really care about what she thinks, bro? Is that a person that you can imagine being in your life 10 years from now? Yeah, she's hot, but can you imagine yourself marrying her one day? No. So don't think too much about it. I was making excuses because I didn't want to seem weird like an outcast, because who does that? Who leaves a kid after 9th grade? It's weird. But I know to align my life to my purpose, truly to my purpose, that's the kind of decision I have to make. The kind of sacrifices I have to make, because my life, school has nothing. It's not nothing. It's not helping me in no way towards getting to my purpose. So be truly, when you do find your purpose, be truly willing to align your whole life to it and make drastic decisions. In the book The World Superman, he says, there's a chapter called Be Willing to Change Everything in Your Life for Your Purpose. And for this next chapter of the video, I'm going to talk about the book. The Myth, the Legend, The Way of the Superior Man. Amazing book. It literally gives you the framework about masculinity in life. So while going through your journey to discovering and embracing your purpose, to embracing and growing your inner strength and living outer strength, and to fatherhood, I would greatly recommend you buy this book and just read it every day. Some random chapters every day. It's an actionable step you can do right now, that I want you to do right now, is to either go and buy the physical book on Amazon, or go and get the PDF on Google. But I want you to start reading this book because it's an amazing book for men. Amazing, fantastic. If you learn to truly implement everything it says in this book, I think your life as a man will be wonderful. Truly wonderful. I've been reading this almost every day for a few weeks, and the progress I've made on my masculinity is insane. So the next episode video, I'm going to talk about unlocking inner strength. You know, most men are weak, but only physically. Nowadays, most men are weak, not only physically. but also mentally. You know how you thought, as a man, you thought, oh yeah, be more feminine, embrace your emotions, just go with the flow, do the things that you truly enjoy, do what's fun. But because of all those things, men are becoming weaker and weaker. You see men becoming truly, like, extremely emotional, even more emotional than women. And just going with the flow. They know there are some things that they have to do. They're slowly becoming fat. Some men are slowly becoming fat. They know, oh yeah, I maybe should exercise and eat healthier. But because they don't really feel like it, they don't do it. I hate this job. Maybe should try to grow an online business and focus on one. But no. Oh yeah, no. I don't have enough time, even though there's like 4 hours a day where I spend watching YouTube, random videos on YouTube. I don't have enough time. No, no, no. As a man, inner strength and what you have in here is extremely important. Even more important than your physical strength. And I think physical strength is still very important as a man, extremely important. But I think what you have in here is even more important. And when I say in here, I'm not talking about IQ or some shit. If it comes to IQ, I'm probably someone with a low IQ. But when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to discipline, when it comes to mental strength, I know I'm way better than most people. I'm just getting better over time. I'm just getting better. And this part I'm going to take, I don't really plan to do this, but I'm going to take this part to also talk about responsibilities. Because that's something to do with also, inner strength and everything. But as a man, one thing, cultivate your inner strength, is to take responsibility for everything in your life. Take responsibility for every single thing in your life. So just say to yourself, if you maybe want to have kids in the future like me, say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do all the things right things right now so my future kids can have a great life. I'm going to do all the right things right now, earning more money, becoming more muscular, becoming more masculine, to give my future wife the best life possible. If you're still young, don't make such stupid excuses like I'm too young. If you see your parents struggling, don't think to yourself, oh yeah, it's their responsibility to make more money. Think to yourself, okay, how can I help? I'm still 16, but I want my mom to have the option to retire. To be able to just say, oh yeah, I can't relax. I want to give her that option. Just relax, chill all day. Focus on other things and just this rat race of, oh yeah, making money so I can raise the children. It really saddens me to see that. So I want to take responsibility. I'm taking responsibility. I'm trying to earn more money so I can give her the option. So just every day into your life. I know it's not an easy mindset to cultivate. You have to remember this to yourself. But just think to yourself, I am a man and a man takes responsibility for everything in his life. And just start acting like it. Start acting like it. Take true responsibility for everything in life. And when you start doing the things that a responsible man would do, you start to also start thinking more as a responsible man. And that will cause you to do even more things that a responsible man would do. But truly take responsibility for everything in life. Also be accountable. And also take responsibility for the things that are not even, the people that are not even in your life yet. The other people in your life are the people that are not even in your life yet. I'm already right now trying to increase and improve fertility. Either I don't even have a wife yet that I'm going to have kids with, but I'm already preparing myself for that moment. I'm already preparing myself One of the other reasons why I want to make more money is not also only because I want to give my mom the option to retire, even that's currently one of the main reasons. I also want to be able to homeschool my children, so they don't have to go through the same thing I'm going through right now. Going to the education system, going to school, not really having fun, doing it, going to school even though it's not aligned to their purpose at all. I want to give them the option to retire. I want to give my wife. I want my no. I just said I want to give my kids the option to retire. I don't want them to go to normal school. I want to homeschool them. That's something I want to do. And I also want my future wife not to work. I want her to just focus on raising the kids with me. I'll work. I earn money. She just a housewife. That's something I truly want. So I'm already taking the actions that are going to get me to that. I truly take responsibility for everything in life. And also in this section I want to talk about discipline. I'm going to quickly talk about it, but discipline is just a skill of doing the things that you truly know are right to do, even when you don't feel like it. Ignoring your feelings to a certain level in pursuit to a certain goal. So okay, I want to lose fat, so I won't eat that cake. I want to eat that pizza. I want to build muscle, so I won't skip my workout even though I feel like skipping it right now. That's, for example, discipline. So you need discipline and emotional control as a man. I watched a podcast not so long ago talking about modern dating with like Chris Williamson and Sajid Khan. And Sajid Khan's like a psychologist who just talked about his relationships. He's becoming a little bit famous recently. And Chris just asked her this question. Oh no, he asked her a question. How could men and women improve their mental health? And she said for a woman to drastically improve her mental health, to have insane mental health, really good mental health, she needs to be truly authentic with what she wants, truly authentic with her emotions, truly authentic with what she wants, not letting the need for validation from others guide her to certain actions. And then he asked her the question, do exactly the same thing for men. And she said, for men, it's similar, but for men, the way to drastically improve mental health is self-control. Being totally able to control yourself and just have the discipline. Not always do the things that are super fun to do, but always do the right things. And as for authenticity is also very important for men. I talk a lot about authenticity, not doing things for validation. I talk a lot about it. But as a man, self-control, controlling your emotions, being more disciplined is extremely important. But just spend more time making the right decision instead of making the fun decisions. And I guarantee you're gonna have more fun doing it. And truly making the right decision, making decisions that are gonna get you further to your purpose. You'll have more fun than when just mindlessly doing the fun things like YouTube, video games, Netflix, eating junk food. Those things are not really that fun. At least not close to as fun as when you just make progress to your purpose. When you do truly the right things to it. I want to really talk about a little bit more about purpose, embracing purpose. And what do I want to say here? So when you do find your purpose, like I said, truly align your whole life to it. And be willing to do some crazy things that are going to seem crazy to some people. To do that, to embrace your purpose, to align your life to your purpose. Willing to do some things that normal people are going to think, oh yeah, he's crazy to do that. Be willing to change your whole life for your purpose. I think I can find that chapter in this book right now. I don't read that chapter a lot, so at least not recently. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, page 39. Be willing to change everything in your life. The man must be prepared to give 100% to his purpose, fulfill his karma or dissolve it, and then let go of a specific form of living. He must be capable of not knowing what to do with his life, entering a period of unknownness and waiting for a vision or a new form of purpose to emerge. These cycles of strong specific action followed by periods of not knowing what the hell is going on are natural for a man, who is shedding layers of karma and is relaxation into truth. As you open yourself to living at your edge, your deepest purpose will slowly begin to make itself known. In the meantime, you will experience layer after layer of purposes, each one getting closer and closer to the fullness of your deepest purpose. It is as if your deepest purpose is at the center of your being and it is surrounded by layers of concentric circles, each circle being a lesser purpose. Your life consists of penetrating each circle from the outside toward the center. The outer purposes are often the purposes you have inherited or learned from your parents and your childhood experiences. Perhaps your father was a fireman, so you want to be a fireman, or in reaction to him, you decided to be an arsonist. In any case, the outer circles, the purposes you often apply yourself to earn in life, are most like the only distant approximations of your deepest purpose. So, what he quickly described in this chapter is that we all have a core purpose. That's at the center of our being. And then there are outer layers. Many of them. And as a man, your goal is just to penetrate all of them and get to that main purpose. Because right now, even myself, I'm not really 100% sure if I know what my core purpose is. I think my core purpose is just teaching people, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm still really young, so who knows? So in your life, you go through phases of just shedding your penetrating the different layers of purposes. So maybe for some time you think, I don't know, you think for some time, oh yeah, I want to be like a fireman, and then you do that for 10 years, and then after 10 years you realize you want to maybe teach about firemen or what you have to, how to become a fireman on YouTube, for example, or you do something that's very different to that. That is very, very different to that. For example, you go from fireman to become a lawyer and you start studying even more, or fireman to a professional fighter, for example. While your purpose areas might be related, but sometimes they're very different from each other. So sometimes you have to truly change your life to chase your purpose, to penetrate your different purpose layers. But that's how you live as a man, and that's a truly fun life to live. But when you do find your purpose, start setting goals to it. Right now, I have 2 goals to my purpose. Goal 103. First one, 10 students in my online community. I've made an online community. I haven't, it's not like uploaded yet, but I'm pre-selling it right now. So the 2 quickest people to join, we get a huge discount. So it's a quick plug. But my goal is to get 10 students into it by the end of the year. 10 students. And my second goal is to earn 800 euros per month by the end of the year. So those are pretty big goals, and both align to my purpose. To grow this audience, to make more money, and to share some knowledge and some improvement. Because if I get 10 students in my online community, there are literally 10 people, then I can help in a deeper level. Go on one-on-one calls with them. They ask me a question in the community and I just respond. That's something I'll truly look forward to. So if you want to join, quickly link in the description. Now I want to talk about fatherhood. And I'm far from being a father. I'm fucking 16-year-old talking about fatherhood here. So I'm not gonna go into detail here about how to raise your children or anything because I also have no idea. I'm just a 16-year-old improving yourself so you can be the best father when that time comes. But like I said, take responsibility. If you know there's a possibility you become a father someday, then start doing the things that are gonna make you better father now, even if you're still a teenager like me. Start earning more money so you can homeschool children. I literally already have the country. I have two countries out in my head where I know it will be best to raise my children. Those are Norway, England. Those two countries you can homeschool your children, and when you homeschool them, you have to literally like not many rules about what you should teach them. Because in more countries, even in Germany, when you homeschool children, you still have to make them get the normal tests that most students do. You don't want to do that, but in Norway and England, you can teach them just what you want to teach them. Like the only restriction is like teach them things that are appropriate to their age, things like that. But I think if you are a good teacher, if you are a masculine man, if you're someone who learns continuously, and you know you can do that, then your goal should be, and you're not a father yet, your goal should be earning more money, homeschooling your children. I think that's the best thing to do. Because for someone who has gone through the education system, and a lot of people can relate to this, I think almost every student can relate to this. The thing schools does to your mental health is like school is just so good at destroying your mental health. Just totally destroying your mental health. Like that's something I don't think there's one student in this world who's gonna say, "Oh yeah, in the school, oh my mental health is really great in school." There might be like a really small portion of people, but if you ask every student, I think 95 or 97 or 98% of them are going to say that my mental health is getting destroyed by school. So I don't want my students to have to go through that, to go through what I'm going to. I don't want my son to just know what his purpose is, but then he's still forced to go learn 10,000 subjects that have nothing to do with his purpose. I don't want my daughter to be totally constrained in the classroom, just sitting there learning things that she's not interested in at all. That she doesn't find really, that she's not passionate there, but that she doesn't enjoy learning. I don't want my children to go through that. I don't have the answers when it comes to fatherhood. I don't have the answers yet. I'm not like a pro. There's so many things I don't know yet about fatherhood. But what I know for sure, I think one of the most important skills you have to gain, and being a father will help you gain also, is being truly selfless and responsible. When you have a child, you become totally responsible for someone else's life. And that's truly deep. And what I find sad nowadays, people now think people don't want to have children because they think to themselves, having children would become a burden. I won't be able to do some things because I have children. But some people are masking it into this lie that, oh yeah, it's such a bad thing to bring a child to this doomed, fucked up world. And we're gonna go back to that school thing I talked about. What I just told you, this excuse of I don't want to bring a child into this fucked up doomed world. It's something my sister told me. She said, me, I don't want to be a parent because I learned in psychology in school my teacher in school told me this in psychology, that bringing a child into this world just for the ones being a child here is truly selfish. So you see how much of an influence a fucking teacher can have on a child. That teacher literally gave her a life-changing mindset. Like, not in a positive way, in my opinion. That teacher literally implanted his mindset into my sister. A mindset that might change her life trajectory forever. And you could look at the mindset he implemented, he gave her. Don't bring children into this fucked up world. I agree that the world is not perfect, of course. I agree that there are a lot of changes we can make. But if you're not like 99% of people, if you're someone or something continuously growing, then I'm sure you can give an amazing life to your children. And if you have just what this video so far, such a long video, then you need to have this confidence. Knowing, you know what, I can actually do that. If I keep making progress, I keep growing, I keep becoming masculine, I keep earning more money, become a better entrepreneur, learning from more books and podcasts, I can give my children an amazing life. You need this confidence, bro. But that's one of the reasons why I don't want to get my children into the education system. The teachers even have more influence on your children than you nowadays. You saw the story I told you about my sister. He might have literally changed my sister's life trajectory, and not in a good way, in my opinion. My mom, for example, who's raising me, she doesn't agree with that mindset. But that teacher literally gave my sister that mindset. So you can see teachers nowadays have literally more influence on children than parents. I don't want that for my children. I don't want the fat, dumb teacher talking to my true child and just teaching them, oh yeah, you should have this mindset, you should have this mindset. Oh yeah, I think this, so you should also think this. You're not even my child at all, but yeah, I will give you this mindset. Because I think like it. And I'm currently fat and healthy. I don't love my life. I don't want that. I don't want that. A fat, unhealthy teacher implanting his beliefs into my children. That's not something I want. I truly don't want that. And it's just the depressing life of a student you can have, especially when you get further in school. I also don't want my children to go through that. That's seriously something I don't want at all. And also, I think one of the most, if not the most important part of fatherhood is the woman with which you have your children. A lot of people in the red pill now, they say, oh yeah, sleep with as many women as possible. And for a time, I used to agree with that mindset. But when you really think about what you're doing here with this movement, we're talking about delaying gratification, talking about doing the right things right now so we can have a better life in the future. We're talking about such things. When the red pill, well, somebody might thinking is that, oh yeah, be disciplined, have self-control. But when it comes to women and fucking, just fuck with as many women as possible and don't have self-control and just jump on everything that's moving. That's the mindset that I think that the red pill has. But why not also implement that mindset of self-control, and discipline to one of the most important part of your life, your intimate life, sexual life. I think to find true a really good partner, you shouldn't just go through dating random women that you don't can imagine yourself just marrying in the future. Just because you want some quick pleasure, some quick instant gratification. Oh yeah, because I can then fuck right now. No. Think long term. Have a big brain, bro. Think. If you currently don't have a woman that meets your standards, and if you are a guy so you should have high fucking standards when it comes to women. If you don't have a woman in your life that meets your standards, or you cannot attract her head, just wait. Focus on other things. Keep working until you find a woman that truly meets your standards, and instead of making it harder for you to achieve your goals, actually pushes you forward to your goals, literally pushes forward to your goals. That's the type of woman you want in your life. And that's the type of woman that's going to be a great mother for your children. If you masculine men have a feminine, beautiful, supportive woman that's going to get you further to your goals. That's what I'm looking for. And I haven't found her yet. But when I do truly find that I don't really plan on waiting too long. I also, one of the sense I want my future wife to have is wanting as many children as I want. I want a lot of children. I also want a wife that wants a lot of children. So when I do find it, I do know, okay, she's the one. I don't plan to wait too long. I plan to have children, to start having children pretty early. Early 20s. So I have 4 years. I'm 16, I have 4 years. Early 20s, that's plan to start having children. Or maybe even 19, who knows. And for some people that might sound crazy because nowadays it's really nice to have children. But just know by the age of 19, I know where I'll be in life. I know for sure. And I know that will be a pretty good spot. So if you watch this video 4 years from now, that's very unlikely, but yeah, if you watch this video at that time, you know. But yeah, stay on self-improvement, keep growing so you can be a great role model for your children. So they can look up to you. And think, yeah, my dad's a great man. My dad is strong, masculine. Man, I can look up to. Improve your personality. Get rid of your trauma you get from your parents. So you don't pass it on to your children. Improve your social skills and read books like Influence. Read books on influencing people. So you can have better impact on your children. But when it comes to this lifelong journey, because when it comes to fatherhood, I really don't have the answers because I'm not a father yet. But I can teach you what I currently know and believe. So when I am a father, I will make some videos on it. I'll make a lot of more videos, tutorials and full guides on being a father, raising your children. But right now I don't really have so many answers. I just gave you my personal beliefs and mindsets and what I currently know. So what I want to do right now is just recap what you've learned in this video in the comments. It can help you to just have like your notes, and it also helped me because I heard, oh yeah, if someone comments in a video, it helps with the algorithm. So you help me, you help yourself because you have a recap of what you've learned. So if you want to, you can recap what you've learned in the comments. So the quick full plan of action is embrace your purpose. Find your purpose. To find it, get rid of all distractions. Live a life that's truly focused. If you want to find it, Get rid of all distractions, sit down and just think. Lay down in bed and just think. Go to your balcony, look outside and just think. And do that for a few days actually. When I say for a few days, I don't say don't go to sleep, don't eat. Also, of course, eat. But just spend a lot of time thinking every day. And when you get a quick vision of what your purpose might be, go and take action. You might be wrong, and then you have to do the process again, and then go and take action when you find another vision of what your purpose might be until you find it. And when you do find it, align your whole life to it. Don't be afraid to look crazy to most people. Don't be afraid to look like a dumbass. Be truly authentic and do the things that are going to give further to your purpose. Do the things that truly want, the authentic self truly wants to do, not the things that are going to get you validation for some random people. Nurture emotional control and discipline. Take responsibility for everything in your life. Be more accountable. Take responsibilities for even the people that are in your life. For the people that are in your life that you love. And even for the people that are not in your life yet. For the future children you're going to have. For the future wife you're going to have. Do the right things right now. I'm literally working to improve my fertility even though I'm 16 years old. But I want to have children and I want them to be as healthy as possible. I don't want to be a person who struggles with his wife to get kids, to have kids. Because fertility is truly a problem right now. It's really something that's slowly becoming rare. Being fertile and being able to have kids. I know it's a side tangent, but no, it's not a side tangent. It's really important to this video. And I maybe should have talked about this in details. But I might talk about it in another video. But if you want to know more about this fertility crisis, just watch Hamza's video called The Testosterone Crisis is Worse Than We Thought. That's a really good one where he explains it, but he goes into details. Embrace emotional intelligence and responsibility. Take responsibility, be more disciplined. Do the things that are going to further your purpose. Don't do the things that are going to maybe be a little bit stimulating right now. And when you do find your purpose, live life fully alive to your purpose. Everything that you should be aligned to your purpose. Make a daily routine that's really made to optimize the progress you make towards your purpose. Set goals, that you want to achieve at the end of the year that's related to your purpose, and do everything to achieve them. And even if you're not father yet and haven't gotten a woman pregnant yet, always do the things that are going to help you to become a better father. Always improve on those things. Read books about it. Improve your fertility now. Become more masculine for them. Make money for them. Not only for yourself, but also for them. And when you do have them, just be totally selfless. Because a lot of people might not know this thing. Oh yeah, I want to first enjoy my life before I have children. That's one of the most pussy mindsets I've heard in my whole life. I want to first enjoy my life before I have children. And that's the mindset I have for a long time. I have this red pill mindset of wait until you're 35 before you have children. Like people like First Man and a lot of people in red pill are teaching. And I don't have nothing against First Man. I think he's a good man, but with that mindset of waiting until you're 35 before having children, I don't agree with it at all. At all. Because firstly, when you're older, you're more likely to your children you have when you're older are more likely to get diseases, mental diseases, to be disabled than when you're younger. When I say younger, I don't mean to have children as 15 years old, of course not. But in your 20s, that's a good time to have your children. I plan to start having children in my early 30s and stop in my early 30s. Have my last children in my early 30s. But don't have more children after 32 or even 30. I plan to have a big family. I plan to have a lot of children. But I think as a man, like I said, taking responsibility for everything in life. Having this mindset of, I want to first enjoy my life. I want to first have fun in my life before I have children. I think in my opinion, that's a true pussy mindset to have. And if you've watched this video so far, I hope you're not a pussy. So yeah, if you found this video valuable, you can share it to someone that you think might get value from this video. It will help that person, it will help me get more views. If you want to join my private online community, you can click the link in the description. The true quickest way to join, you get a huge discount. In that community, you can learn more from me about masculinity, get one-on-one coach from me, learn more things in general about self-improvement, and have me help you directly. So if you found value from my videos, it will be really great for you, because I will give you even thousand times more value than in my videos. So yeah, don't run from discomfort, chase it.